Hi everybody and welcome to another Pen and Paper streams. I'm Gamer and we are back in Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector. It is time to get into a very dark place and do some, who knows, hidden things. This is gonna be a very difficult thing, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna hop in, cycle 188. Lots of cycles passed. I should have done a side thing before I got to this, but c'est la vie. Maybe I'll have time to do stuff the other way. Anyways. Alright, we have 3 points. I can't use it on this, I can't use it on this, so that's a wash. We have this in the cargo hold. We need to bring Bliss to this mission. And I think we need to go like right now. I don't think I have any other fabrication base, serpent's bay. Yeah, I can't end the cycle. One dice is about to be broken, which is gonna be a problem. Other dices are fine. Can't repair any of the dice. That would be awesome if we could. Don't have any stress. Workshop, yeah, everything's done. Big galley. I don't need to worry about energy, I think. But just in case, I'm gonna go eat. Like, I don't want to screw this over because I didn't have energy and I couldn't get it fast enough on the new location, or like have a new location, because this is still a new location. I don't know how much we're gonna be able to do shit about there, but it's still a new location. I'm talking about Darkside Recon. That's what we need to do right now. We have supplies, we have fuel. Darkside Recon. Marco has a friend who will get you and your crew on a freighter headed for Darkside. Once we're there, you can investigate Utsubo and find a weakness. Confirm Vector, yes. Marco is limited. And if I'm not mistaken, we need to take Bliss. Just confirm that. It's basically for an achievement, but I still want to do that. First of all, contract that's in the Marco 1 remember pick Bliss. Yes. Our stats are gonna be overlapping a bit, but we will see what we can do. Bliss has been with us since the beginning. Cadet is gonna be brought up on a second, I think, adventure. Or some port. Yeah. This is not the perfect. I should have at least done the other side mission. I would have had at least one stat boosted up. Anyway, the rig. The freighter hangs over the ragged shipyard as the rig idles in the dock. Your eyes trace the fuel lines sneaking up to its underside where they disappear into the dark. A chirp from the pilot's console breaks the silence. Marco's signal. This is it, Sleeper. Seraphin settles back from the controls of the rig. He looks over his shoulder at you. You better get going. I'm still not sure. This goes wrong. I'm blaming you. Don't get too bored. I'll do my best, Seraphin smirks. Hope they have something to drink in the yard. You glide towards the back of the cockpit. Seraphin clears his throat. Just don't do anything reckless, alright? As you float down the corridor towards the airlock, Marco comes to meet you. His usual gear is swapped out for a plain set of overalls that you imagine are borrowed from the freighter crew. Street smart ship fitter, Seraphin's friend. Are you ready to go, Slipper? The crew we're replacing are already in the yard, so the sooner we get on board, the better. He gives you a look. How are you feeling? Just fine, thanks. Confident, concerned. Fair, but no need to be. This is the simple part. He pats you on the shoulder as you cross into the airlock. The airlock cycles, and Marco leads you into the yard through a series of shadowy passages that connect the two docking bridges. Now's the time, Sleeper, Marco says as you work your way through the yard. Any questions, any concerns? Speak up now. Will we have to pass any checks? What? What do we do when we get there? Mark shrugs. That's mostly up to you, but if it were up to me, I'd say we ask some very soft questions, try to find where those organizing against Tsubo might be meeting. You reach a vertical tunnel and start ascending. Although, we could also focus on just checking out the Tsubo themselves, see what they know and what they are up to. You come out at the entrance to the other docking tunnel, the freighter filling the viewing windows, so all you can see are plates of its scratched hull. Sleeper, Bliss is waiting by the docking bridge. How come you aren't wearing one of these? And they gesture to the loosened plain crew overalls they are wearing. They suit you. I'll change on board. Bliss gives you a sideways look. You better. I'm not going to be the only one wearing one of these things. Sorry to interrupt, but we need to go. Marco gestures to the docking bridge. You hit the button to open the doors and glide towards the freighter's airlock. As you do, the fear settles in. You are going back to Darkside. The dark side of the story. Freighter. Big bays, cramped cabins. Darkside sprawls across the starscape. Its surface a vast and random accumulation of structures, lights and signs. You have watched it as the freighter cut across the belt as it grew cycle by cycle, like a stain across the cockpit's glass. And I have 3 number 1, which is great. I constantly see that my dice are looking like they're just being broken, and I don't remember that being from the beginning of the game. It's weird. Maybe it shows how many times they've been broken? Watching it approach, the fragmented memories of your time there pass through your mind, each one dissolving the moment you try to focus on it. Only the sensations remain: despair, claustrophobia, fear, and all somehow strengthened by their disconnected nature. It is as if, by not being attached to specific memories, they can run free through your mind, as alive as they were in the first moment of feeling. Instruction received. Appreciate it. Marco is in the pilot seat, talking to the port authority. Incoming to strut 2-3. He turns back to you, clicking off the ongoing comms channel. He's the pilot. Jeez, I didn't expect that. First step complete. We've got docking approval as expected. He raises his eyebrows, noticing something in your face. Keep it together, alright? I've got this. I'm fine. Good. He turns back to the controls. Sleeper? Bliss gets your attention from across the cockpit. I'm right here, okay? I know this place is complicated for you. They smile warmly, but I've got your back. Anyone tries to mess with you? They shrug in an exaggerated way. I can't be held responsible for what I'll do to them. There is a hollow rumble through the body of the freighter as Marco brings it into the dock. The noises of this drafter, more industrial ship, differ to those of your rig, and you haven't quite got used to them. A squawk of noise over comms sends Marco scrabbling at the controls to submit the docking code he was sent just moments before. There is an agonizing wait, and then a chirp as the code is accepted. Freighter is docked. Alright, let me go out first. Talk to the dockers, start the unloading. He clips from his seat. Then you're good to go. I want to come. Marco raises an eyebrow. He seems to be considering something. I want to be as delicate about this as possible. He glances away. But you're a sleeper. I don't think we should bring attention to that. I get it. Marco nods. Good. Hold fast. And he glides out of the cockpit without waiting for a response. You hold your nerve, looking out at the flickering lights in distant traffic. The airlock clunks open and closed again. Time drags on. You turn your attention to the job ahead. Seeing it stretched out in front of you, Darkside seems impossibly vast. Too vast to find a specific person, but just to find a type of person, someone unhappy with Utsubo's gains, and ready to risk their life to change this place, and push to a point of desperation or anger. That might be a lot more doable. But first, you must understand Utsubo. See how they run this place, where they meet, what they talk about. Find where Utsubo is weakest. Find where they can be broken. And think about the pressure that might be applied, not just by you, but by all of Darkside. How much do you trust Marco, Sleeper? This blurts out the question almost unconsciously. Sorry, do we know him that well? Seraphine does. Buzz nods. I hope Seraphine's trust is well founded then. They sigh and look out at the station. The airlock cycles once more, and moments later Marco is in the cockpit, sweat beading down his brow. He takes a moment, his mood uncharacteristically flustered. Well, I bent the truth a little back there, but I think we're good. He runs a hand over his hair, slicking it back into place. Luckily, I've had a lot of practice lying to dockworkers. He gives you a wink. They'll begin unloading later this cycle, and they won't be in a rush, he smiles. We have our time as promised. But, the sudden interjection evaporates any relief you were feeling. Utsubo are watching these docks. That I know for sure. For now, we're just another freighter, but all are coming and going. That could be a problem, he turns to you. We can try to disable their monitoring or just get the job done before it becomes an issue. Why didn't you say anything earlier? I'll take a look at the problem. Why didn't you say anything earlier? I didn't know earlier, but we know now. Either way, we need to get on with what we are doing. Marco folds his arms. Utsubo are everywhere, but we need to understand them, to know what is happening inside their organization. We slip under their skin. We find out how they work. Marco looks to you. That is what I recommend. I forgot what was his accent. I haven't played this in a few weeks. But now, Sleeper, it is your turn to lead. He folds his arms. Tell us where to begin. You feel the attention, the pressure shift to you. Time to find some allies. Time to find Utsubo's weakness. Time to stop running and resist. +1 crisis active. Okay, Utsubo's stress hunting you down. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. +1 crisis active, 1 per cycle. Okay, they got some decent dice. Wow, this is a much bigger place than I remember. What is here? The Rise, residential towers. Track enforcers. Utsubo enforcers aren't hard to spot, so with some patience and effort, following them will lead you to their meeting place. Intuition, danger. Hack Utsubo comms. To find Utsubo's safe house in the Rise, you'll need to monitor the network. Chatter between enforcers without being caught. Utsubo territory. You've heard the Rise is a hub for Utsubo operations. The enforcers you need to find where they meet. I still have 5 supplies, so that's kind of a limiting thing. Dock surveillance. Utsubo monitoring system. Cut connections. The fastest and crudest way to disable surveillance is cut wires until it goes offline, but which to cut? Hack surveillance. Utsubo surveillance uses the dock's layered network. With some carefully delicate work, it could be disabled completely. Both of these are bad. The biggest issue is that this is dangerous. I would like to do it, but it's dangerous. Washgate. What is this? Dock debate. The fastest way to get information on Utsubo will be to kick up a conversation with dockers. It's not exactly subtle though. Eavesdropping. The safest way to investigate Washgate is by listening to dockers. But who knows if they'll get information you need. Utsubo stress. Short-lived. The dock at Washgate is under Utsubo control, making it a solid place to start when trying to infiltrate their operations. This is bad all over the place. Like, all of this is bad. The problem is, both of my guys are mostly cut off from anything. And anything they can do is dangerous and not risky. If it was risky, I could have been easier. But everything they need to do, and the dices are gonna suck. When they don't have good dice. So, this is important. But not something I need to focus right away. I need to focus on one of these. I can do this dangerous, and I can do this, or I can do... I'm a minus on this, and they have minuses on everything. So they can't, like, Bless is useless for this. So I think the best case we can do is the Rise. And just try to figure out as much as we can as fast as we possibly can. So Tsubo territory, the forces all cross through one area of the Rise. Their meeting place must be somewhere. Captain Tsubo comes. There's little chatter about the meet, which narrows down the safe house location. So the only thing I can do is this, which is 50-50. I don't know what the neutral is gonna give me. Okay, it gives stress to him, which is alright. We can risk that if we go neutral. But if we don't, it does well. The problem is I can't risk Bliss with anything else, I think. This is risky, that's a negative. Like, if I could have, if it's not 50 to negative, I would have done it. But Bliss is more or less useless in all of these, which sucks. Okay, I can push myself to get a 4, which is... So I can make one into a 4. And then I can, I think, go here and get definitely a positive, 100% positive outcome. Wait, is there something here that I can do? No, just end cycle. Having the 100% chance will make me recover and not get a stress back from a neutral recovery. So I am gonna push myself, turn this into a 4, which turns it into a 6, which still helps with this. And I get stress back, and I still work on this, which is okay. I wish I could work more. I wish I could send Bliss, but Bliss with the 4 is... No, if it's a negative, it's gonna stress out the system, and I can't risk that. I really can't risk any stress on the system. And cycle. I need more. I need better dice. I need so much better dice. I'm gonna push myself each turn, because I know where I can waste ones, or better dice, or really better dice. Okay, now we are actually doing a bit better. Alright, I don't have 6s, but these guys have good dice that I can use on this. Or do we use it on something like this? He can just do this, but that's bad. I need to start completing these. So Bliss, I'm gonna get you to track the enforcers. I can lower 2 stress per try, so I might as well risk it to get the stress here. Because I'll definitely do 2 and I'll lower my stress. Okay, that's complete, that's good. Utsubo is complete. You've heard the Rise's hub. Isolated the safe house. You have isolated the Tsubo safe house location, but now you need to gain entry. You have located the Tsubo safe house, but you are sure. So you are sure of that, but getting inside will be tricky, thanks to the automated lock on the entrance. There has to be some way to get passkey. You make your way through the Rise, head down into dark passageways. Sleeper, Bliss taps you on the shoulder with a certain urgency. Marco's gone. You stop in the Darkside passageway. You were drifting down. Fuck, I didn't even use his dice this cycle. God damn it. You stop in the Darkside passageway. You were drifting down. A quiet connection between 2 thoroughfares. You glance around and at the loose bundles of wires and stained metal plates. It seems like a safe place to talk. He just muttered about having something to deal with and then split. Just like that. Bliss sighs and shakes her head. Just went before I could say a thing. We pause for a moment, unsure how to react. What's going on? Bliss shrugs. You tell me, Sleeper. I thought Markov was solid. Bliss folds their arms. This doesn't look solid to me. It looks far from solid. You take a moment. No need to panic. Markov brought you here. He'll get you out. You look down the corridor towards a busier, wider passage where people drift by. If he needed to deal with something, then, well, he needed to deal with something. It doesn't mean anything, but you sure as hell wish he had given you a warning. surveilled and now short-handed, this job is going from bad to worse. Fuck! I actually lost him completely. Damn, that's not good. Unlock entrance. A simple door lock leads down into what you suspect is an Itsubo safe house. All you need is a passkey cipher to enter. I don't have a passkey cipher. I have Solheim data. So that's a bust. Okay, I can do 2 of these and try to stop that, because I can't do any of these. I mean, like, technically can get the 4 and that's pretty much it, but Bliss is useless even if she gets a 6. Oh boy, I'm in a bad spot. Let's try and hack this. Because I think I can finish this maybe right now with all of my dice. Because this is gonna be a 5. Even if I get the stress, I can get this up again, and then lose the stress. Okay, no, not that. I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna get... Oh, I already had stress. This is not gonna be good, but still I'm gonna lose 1 stress, which is good. I'm gonna try and make this go dark. I didn't use his dice, which is a problem. I needed his dice. 1 more cycle gone. Come on, Bliss, stop. Okay, I still have a 2, that is still decent. If I don't stress, I can still do something, but I need to start working on this. Risky is okay. Risky is fine, I think. How many I get? I get +2, okay. Like, doing this with the 5 is better, neutral outcome, because I don't get any negatives. Surely, that's good. Bliss is useless here. Can she surveil? Well, it's a dangerous prospect, but she might be able to do it. So I'll risk it. Okay, going dark. With Itsubo monitoring dogs. System collapse with a screech of white noise. Itsubo are blind to what goes on in the wash. Kate talks now. Awesome, thank you, Bliss. You're the boss. So this is not gonna be moving forward every cycle until I can get, until I, you know, trigger it with stress-related shit. So if I push this, I will get a 5, and on a neutral and a positive, I will get -2 stress, which is good. So I can push this. It's gonna be a 5. This is a risky. It's not a dangerous task. Doctor's chat is mostly worthless, but you hear talk of a place where the Itsubo members meet. We already got that. I don't know how to get the key pass. Maybe it could be that I'm just waiting for Marco to show up with the key pass, because there's nothing else I can do and I don't have it. I have Solheim data. I don't have unstable cipher. There's nothing here that's unstable and cipherish. Can't push myself, there's nothing in the rig, can't leave. Contract incomplete, can't leave the contract with his progress. Yeah, okay, I get it. I can't push myself again, I wish I could, so you can get better dice and maybe do this, but even if it is a risky, I don't want to try 50-50. I honestly don't. So I need to end the cycle again. I need good dice. I need such good dice. Bliss, tell me you have... Okay, Bliss has good dice, I have shit dice. That is fine. Bliss can't do anything here, which is a problem. Well, maybe, but not that great. I can still risk it with that. I'm gonna do this. 50-50, 50-50. So if I push myself, I turn it into a 4, which is not great. I'll have to risk it with this. Fuck, why did I have to get a negative outcome out of all of that? let's push myself. Let's try it again. Okay, thank God. And I removed the stress. New location, Docker's Rest. Maybe Bliss can be, Bliss can be maybe useful here. Oh boy. Steal passkey. The fastest and most dangerous way to get entry cipher is to steal a physical passkey. First you have to find a mark. Extract the cipher. Rather than steal a passkey wholesale, it might be safe to hack the personal slates of the dockers and extract enough data for a fake. Well, this is a dangerous thing, but 50-50, I need to try it. I need to try it right now. Okay, +3, that is good. Positive is +3. I can't do anything with mine, like not even with this. This is 50-50, I don't want to risk it. And with hers is again too unsure. I need next cycle to have much better dice. I don't know how many more I can escape, but I can't let myself get stressed. Okay, that's great dice, Bliss. You have great dice. Awesome, awesome. Now we can cook. Now we can actually cook something. So I either use up mine on the risky. This will become a 4, which is here and there. And if I get a neutral, no, this will become a 5 actually, which is neutral or not, and it's gonna be good. Risky, let's try risky. Let's try risky. Let's try a 4. Okay, that is good. I didn't stress, that is good as well. Let's try a 5. Utsuba cipher, that is good. +2. Let's danger, let's risk again. Let's risk. Maybe I can finish it now. Okay, Tsubo stress is alright, but we finished it for now. I cannot trigger Tsubo at all anymore. But nothing happened. Many of the dockers are members of Tsubo. Oh no, I got the cipher. Making this bar the perfect place to score an ID cipher. Okay, we scored an ID cipher. Now we can go here and use it. I'm stressing so much. I'm stressing so much. You use the passkey and the bolt tanks open. Time to go inside. The unmarked door slides open as you use the cipher. Beyond it, a dark tunnel descends, its roof a mess of bundled tubes and wires. Entering, you see a flickering light and it's at its far end, and hear a soft echo of raised voices. You hear Bliss taking a deep breath behind you. We stay quiet. We're listening. That's all. You aren't sure if they are talking to you or not. You drift down the tunnel, keeping your limbs clear of the sides. Your passage through the air silent and gentle. You focus on the flickering light, the sounds of the voices growing even louder. As you descend through the tunnel, you notice a small dark doorway leading off before the tunnel reaches the bottom. You slow yourself gently, fingertips grazing the metal walls on either side. Glancing through, you see the doorway leads out onto a framework balcony, high on the wall of some dark room. You glance down to the bottom of the tunnel and hear the voices rising in volume. Here, Bliss nods to the balcony. We stay high, we stay in the dark. You come out onto the balcony overlooking a dark cavernous room, lit in patches, with a bright area at the far end. It is filled with people, Utsubo enforcers and members, all facing forward, their floating bodies silhouetted by the pool of bright light ahead. And in that bright pool, 2 figures are arguing. You come to the edge of the balcony, a feeling of safety granted to you by both your elevation and the cover of darkness. Below, the entire room has its attention focused on the 2 figures in the pool of light. The watching audience keeping to the dark perimeter as if they were observing a piece of theater. You feel Bliss arrive beside you, their attention like yours on the scene below. Oren, burly Utsubo warden. These are my territories. You need to withdraw. One figure, their features hard to define in the pool of light, gestures at the other. There is no discussion to be had. I have no idea. I can't read that name because it's probably Daichi. I think it's probably Daichi. Vicious Utsubo Warden. The other figure laughs. You're pathetic, Oren. The wash gate is a joke, like you. He turns to the crowd and you see dark hair, dark eyes, and a smile like a slit. The dark-haired figure addresses the gathered crowd. Oren makes nothing from the wash gate, all that freight, and he lets it slip by while he soaks up bribes. Jeering or cheering shouldn't be echoes around the crowd. He's stealing from you all! Daichi, you piece of shit. Oren spits a glittering orb, zipping past the other man. You have no respect. A few of the crowd enter the light, gathering behind one figure or the other. Barely more than an enforcer and already dictating terms. If you had any idea what was happening in the passageways, you'd know we've been facing sabotage and resistance across Washgate. Oren shakes his head. Utsubo's control is under question. Sabotage and resistance. You quietly log the remark in your mind. These are the people you have to find. Daichi smirks in response. I still know how it is in the passages, but you are getting soft, Oren. He glances around. You can deal with some angry shop owners. He makes a show of his mocking laugh. It is easy to mock, but they are organized, and I'm close to rooting out their meeting places. Oren folds his arms. You will know where to start looking. If you say so, old man. In the end, it's only a matter of time before someone ambitious notices how weak you become. Daichi draws a finger across his throat with a grin. The room erupts in shouts. Both sides call out insults, while others from the crowd air their own problems. Some drifting into the light to heckle Daichi or Oren directly. Silence! A voice cuts through the room, raised above all others. The noise drops. You lean forward to get a better view. A woman Oh. I remember Ankita. She's commanding Utsubo Lieutenant. Oh boy. Oh fudgety fudge of the fudges. And I can see her knuckles are like bruised. And I think she had this scar. A woman holds her muscled arms in the air, a wide, strong posture of control, not surrender. You hear a sharp intake of breath from Bliss beside you, but you don't dare look away for more than a moment. Ankita and Bliss. We're back. Both of you. She shakes her head, her long braids shaking through the air as she does. Enough. This is not how we do things. The chaos is replaced by a disgruntled muttering, no one voice willing to raise above the murmur. Daichi floats to one side, arms coolly folded, while Oren fumes opposite him, his hands in tight fists. So, this is how the Starward ward conducts its business. She shoots hard looks around the room. Animals, fighting over scraps. Ankita, Oren eyes Daichi as he speaks. Daichi is the one disrespecting the leadership and the trust they have placed in. I said enough. Your weakness does not impress me, Oren. She turns to Daichi. And neither does your petulance, Daichi. What you're calling weak, Ankita? Oren narrows his eyes. You may be Lane's favorite, but I have something that will change all that. He looks over the heads of the crowd. Bring him. A figure is dragged into the circle of light, their head low, a greasy tangle of dark hair drifting over their face. They lift a hand and stick it back out of their eyes. Sorry. Marco! Bliss hisses from beside you, as Marco's pale face catches the light gleaming with spot. I wonder what hair they're mentioning. He has just short hair. Not, fabulous. This one here has a very interesting story to share with us all. Oren gestures to the gathering crowd. I'm sure you're all aware of the bounty Lane has put on the head of a very valuable escaped sleeper and their accomplices. Well, Marco here tells me, he smiles at Marco, whose eyes are fixed forward, squinting into the light, that same sleeper is right now on a freighter moored in the Washgate docks. A ripple runs through the gathered crowd, a reflection of the value of this information. You wonder how much cryo is on your and Seraphine's heads. Well, maybe we could, turn ourselves and get the money. No, we have a lot of money. I'm kind of good on money. The problem is supplies. Also, fuck Marco, fuck you, and we are so fucked. Oh boy. Oh boy-ty boy. You look into Marco's eyes, attempting to see any indication of what this might be. A desperate bid to save himself, or a betrayal of everything you agreed upon. His set stare reveals nothing. Now, Lane himself will be returning in 3 cycles, and you can imagine how pleased he will be when I present the sleeper to him. Oh, they're not gonna rush us right away. That's kinda dumb. But good for us. And Kita stares at Oren. You had no business keeping this from me. She folds her arms. I will be the one to bring the sleeper in. Not so fast, Ankita. Oren turns to the gathered crowd. The first of you to bring me the sleeper will be given a share of Washgate. He shouts a look across the cycle of light. That includes you, Daichi. The crowd erupts into shouts and movement. The assembled Tsubo members suddenly up and moving towards the doors. You push yourself into the corner of the balcony, tucking yourself into the shadows as you hear the tunnel filling with voices. There are shouts and scuffles, and you fear that any moment you will be discovered. But as time passes, the noise subsides. You only open your eyes when the sound disappears altogether. The Utsubo members on the way to your freighter. The freighter that is supposed to take you off Darkside. You feel the panic rising, and you are trapped here once more. I can't, Bliss whispers beside you. I don't. They meet your eye. We need to go now. You ascend through the tunnel, silent, slow. Your eyes are on the entrance, hoping that no Utsubo member returns or enters. And then you are back out into the main passageway, blinking in the light of the fluorescent panels and gliding away from the entrance, lost in a daze. Well, we're fucked. Darkside, yeah. Somewhere in the rise, I don't know what was that. I didn't notice. Goddamn. Somewhere in the rise, you eventually stop, not sure where you might be going, but needing to get away from what you just witnessed. I wonder if we can't, or like send Bliss at least. Like, nobody knows Bliss, so she could have just went to the cafeteria, gotten some food for us, and we could have had supplies. You can't go back to the freighter, that much is clear. Which means no supplies, no place to sleep. Then there is Marco. Was this always part of his plan? Or is this just him in survival mode? Your mind fills with questions and worries, the path ahead unclear. I know her, Sleeper. Bliss seems out of breath, bracing themselves against the wall of the passageway. Ankita. You see a tear glittering, drifting from their eye. We came to the belt together. What do you mean? We were together. We came from the Eye on her ship. But that was a long time ago. Oh yeah, I forgot there. Yeah, so Bliss left with Ankita when we fixed her ship. And she left the garage there to like her assistant, if I remember well. And after that, apparently they've split. And Bliss started working as a technician at a, dock again. And Ankita decided to run Utsubo, I guess. Wonder how... Oh no, it's not that we wonder how we didn't meet her. We probably meet her as a sleeper, but the problem is we got our memory jumbled up, so we probably forgot. And we just know Lane. We were together. We came from the Eye on her ship, but that was a long time ago. Bliss stares hard at the wall, not meeting your eye. Ankita, she was a mercenary, but she left that behind. Bliss stops, wiping their face with both hands. Joining Utsubo? I don't understand. She would never. They trail off. I'm sorry. This isn't right, Sleeper. Something is going on. Maybe I can find her, talk to her. Bliss shakes her head. She has to have a reason. There must be more to this. What about Marco? I don't know. He sold us out, but Bliss shakes her head. Their head. Something doesn't add up. Why strand himself here? Bliss goes quiet, lost in thought. It's clear as you see them turning the problem around in their mind that their past with Ankita is affecting their judgment. Go and talk to her. The woman looked homicidal, but she has Marco and you still don't know what to do about that. Can you really leave this place without him? How would Seraphin react? If he actually has been caught by Utsubo, can you forgive him for giving into the pressure? Okay, that's sentence. You are struggling to be angry at him, perhaps because you have been where he is now, under Utsubo's control. What would you have done to escape? Who would you have given up? We need to find somewhere to rest, Sleeper. Bliss is dry-eyed and determined now. A decision made in their mind. We should stay here in the rise, far away from the port. We'll need supplies, and more than that, we'll need a way out. They turn away and look down the passageway. I'll find an empty unit for us. Don't go anywhere. You take a moment trying to find the focus. Maybe if you could find those resisting Utsubo, they could help you. Though you wonder if they ever existed at all, given that Marco was the one who reported their existence to you and Seraphin. Was this whole thing a ploy to collect the bounty to bring you to Darkside? If you search out Marco, perhaps he can answer you for better or worse. But then you recall Oren's words, sabotage and resistance. If that was an honest plea, then there is some truth in what Marco said. Utsubo is being resisted. You try to gather yourself. You have to bounce back, to come up fighting. Otherwise, this place will drown you in its darkness. Okay, Evil X, bring Bliss on Darkside Recon. We still don't have anything here or can upgrade anything, because we're on location. We have Flicker Row, Street, Lit Market, Street, whatever. Steal supplies. Flicker Row lives up to its name. It is a dizzying strip of screens and stalls, piled high with tech. Can you find supplies amongst all this? Great. Great. Engagement. Yeah, great. That's what we need. Resupplied. All of your supplies were on board the freighter. Shopping is too great a risk. Stealing is the only way to eat and stay hidden. The supply is empty. We will see what we can do. Abandoned unit, Darkside hideout, and cycle. Per cycle plus stress plus crew stress. Yeah, I get that, but what else can we do? Wait, there is nothing else we can do. What the fuck? How is there? I want to do something. I want to be. Oh, God damn it. Okay, let's see if we can steal. Risky shouldn't. Yeah, lowers it to a 4, which is bad. Resupplied, okay. Maybe I need to do this before I can do anything else. Resupplied, okay. This will bring me to a 5. And then back down to a 3, which is basically the same setup. But I don't wanna. Oh, wait, Bliss. Bliss, I'll risk Blisses. Yeah, 25, 50, 25. Resupplied. I'll get 2 and I might get some dice broken. Or not. I'll still get stress anyway. I'll do an end cycle. I'll do an end cycle before I go resupply. I know I'll get 1 stress, which is something we can deal. Oh, that's good dice. You wake in the cold of the abandoned unit to an unsettling quiet. The air cycles whine, the heat diffusers hum, but nothing around you breathes. You are alone. You slowly raise yourself, unclip the straps from the bunk, and allow yourself to drift up into the air. Silence. And then, in the silence, you hear something, a scrape or scuff. It draws your eyes to the unit's doorway, where a shape is settled in the dark. I knew I couldn't have. I knew you couldn't have gone far. Nikita shifts to fill the doorway. Well, I need to do this. That's the only thing I can do. It's 50-50. I think I'm gonna need to risk the engagement. Rush. Negative. +1 stress. Great. Kick off hard, aiming for Ankita with your... Well, can I... I don't know if this saved. Okay. So can we save scum this? To a point. Let's see. Alright. So we might be able to save scum this to a point. I still need to risk this. Let's try this. Let's actually try this. A 5 is a good enough thing. Resupplied. Okay, we are resupplied. We have 2 supplies. We're not gonna get stressed. Okay, that's good. Taking all you can, pushing it any further would be too great a risk. So we've completed this in one section. That is good. Will this save? Maybe. I don't know. The abandoned unit. And cycle. We have 1 supply. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be rolling shitty dice probably. Rush. Let's see what we can do. So there is some saves coming I can do. Technically. Maybe. We will see how that goes. Okay, so it's saved after I redid this. So technically I can still save scum. Okay. Save scum confirmed. Save scum possible. Saves coming we will do. It's a 50-50 chance. So the fact that I just failed twice is annoying. Okay, no neutral up. That's good enough. You kick off hard, dropping your shoulder and aiming for Ankita. She raises an arm to deflect your hit. As you slam into her, Ankita reels back and spins, wrapping you with both arms and uses your momentum to whip you around and bundle you back into the unit. Fuck. Just calm yourself. Ankita holds up both hands. Let's not cause too much damage. She raises an eyebrow. May I come in? She drifts through the doorway. We don't need any extra attention right now. Can't give me back to lane. Back off. What are you doing here? Look, just shut up and listen. Ankita drops her voice. I'm risking everything by coming up here, she hisses. So don't make this any harder than it is. What you need to know is this. I'm on your side. I want Darkside free, just like you. And I hate Lane just as much as you do. Okay, she's good. She's good. She's good. I thought she was gonna be a rightful bitch, but no, she's good. I respect that. She's good. Ankita sighs. I just have different methods. That is all. She raises an eyebrow. You might say better methods, given how well your visit has gone. Why should I trust you? I'm the only person who can get you off Darkside, so you better listen closely. Ankita hisses. Oh, and this time I got the worst set of dice that I did before. Fuck me. Okay, the karma, give it the karma, take it. I'm the only person who can get you off Darkside, so you better listen closely. Ankita hisses. It has taken me more cycles than you would believe to get this deep into Utsubo, and I'm not about to give it up for one escapee. But then Lane doesn't usually run all across the belt chasing a lone escapee, even a sleeper. Ankita drifts a little closer, overshadowing you. I don't know why I have the burpees or something. So, you need to tell me now, what does Lane want with you? Why are you so important to him? I I don't remember. Nikita raises an eyebrow. Please tell me you are joking. What you don't understand, Sleeper, is that I've been trying to keep you safe since I saw you arrive. But your friend hasn't made it easy. Getting himself caught by Otsubo is bad enough, but then blabbing about you being here? She sighs. I can only protect you from so much. Where's Marco? I don't run the gang. He's Oren's. I can't risk starting an internal war. Either way, you're lucky you aren't in the same position. And you have me to thank for that. So I'll ask again, when Kita meets your eye. Why is Lane pursuing you? Explain that you see Lane in your mind. Explain that your frame is changing. Nikita looks away in thought as you explain. She waits for you to finish. None of it makes any sense. But there is no way I'm letting Lane get his prize. Not until we understand more. She gives you a hard look. I can get you out, but I need a couple of cycles. And I need you to do something for me. You need to take this with you, off station. She produces a thumbnail drive and holds it up. This is everything I've managed to scrape from within Yutsubo. The key to challenging Lane is on here. I know it. Take it to Olivera. Take it to Olivera. It's tucked away in a crater in the shoals. That massive debris field beyond the hollow. She meets your eye. You give it to Carmen. Carmen, but with a K, huh? Okay. Carmen. So don't forget. She meets your eye. You give it to Carmen, no one else. Ankita presses the drive into her palm and closes your hand around. No one but Carmen. You understand? Lane's race has been cruel. He has spilled too much blood. Oh, Lane's rise. Okay, Lane's rise has been cruel. He has spilled too much blood. But I'm ready. I will make him pay for that. But Carmen needs to analyze what I've got on him, to find the right place and moment to strike. Nikita meets your eye. I knew a sleeper once, and I should have trusted him. She lets go of your hand. So now I'm trusting you. I'm still under the impression of like this major lore headcanon, headcanon, that all of us sleepers in the first and the second game are the same dude. Like the same singular dude, but his sleeper copies have just escaped. That's why we are like so either positive or negative or stuff like that. Because if you're gonna play the first game in a specific way, you're probably gonna play the second game in a specific way as well. As a gamer, as a player, as you know, like if I went a goody two shoes path in the first game, why won't I go in the second one? Why would be a dick to people in this game? Like, yeah, it sure is a way to attempt that, but that's second playthroughs for that. Like, if I want to be a dick, I'll, you know, play a second playthrough as this other character and try to be pick like just the meanest options and like send everybody away and all that. So to experience that kind of a story, but it would be weird. Maybe somebody does that. It's not impossible that somebody played like a good run in the first game and decided to be like an evil bastard in the second game, or vice versa. So that's my kind of headcanon, that we are technically all the same sleeper, especially since I played the engineer in the first game and I'm playing the engineer in the second game. So again, it's my headcanon that we are all the same dude. We just copied multiple times, and these are the, you know, pieces. These are the ones that survived, I guess. Anyway, I'll get you out and you deliver. That's the deal. Ankita cracks her knuckles. Then, together we can... Ankita? You hear Bliss's voice, faint but clear from behind Ankita. You see the confusion on Ankita's face as she turns. Bliss? She trails off, her aggression dissolving in front of you. What the hell do you think you're doing? You see a rare flash of anger in Bliss's face over Ankita's shoulder. Otsubo? Really? This is where you fled to? The welcoming arms of the Belt's cruelest gang? Bliss, Ankita stumbles over her words. And now what? You're here to deliver the sleeper to Lane? Bliss stares her down. You disgust me. Bliss, it's not like that. I'm here to help the sleeper. To help you both. She sighs. What the hell are you talking about? Bliss's anger is softened a little by their confusion. I infiltrated Utsubo. I'm working to get the sleeper out of Darkside. To free this place. Infiltrated? Bliss laughs. So that's it! You've cast yourself as some sort of spy? Cast yourself, sorry. They shake their head. After you left, this is where I find you? Are you trying to get yourself killed? Ankita looks down, silent. Her panic at seeing Bliss now turning into a cold, hard anger. Don't lecture me. I'm trying to do something worthwhile. She meets Bliss's eyes with the fire. You have no idea what I've had to do. Bliss looks away. I don't want to know. They shake their head. I don't want to know a thing. Silence falls in the room, the tension growing. Ankita turns to you. I have to go, Sleeper. She glances between the two of you. I've already taken a big risk coming here. They cannot find me. 2 cycles. Be ready to leave. She backs out of the unit. When Lane comes back, you go out. Neither of us wants him to win here. Oh, he comes back, you go out. Okay. And a piece of advice. Forget Marco. Keep your head down and wait for me. She raises a finger. You need supplies? Steal them in the flicker roll. Otherwise, keep to yourself. And Kitty gives you a hard look and slips out of the unit. Okay, new location discovered. Ah, Bliss has shit dice. How am I gonna save Marco with these dice? And save, probably, and I can't go through all of this again. The rise. Search the passages. It's dangerous, but searching the rise for a trace of Marco or Utsubo activity might help you find his trail. I mean, okay, Bliss is useless anyway. Search the network. The Utsubo comms network has to have some record of mention of Marco. If you can find it, you can find where they have taken him. Finding Marco. The rise is the last place you saw Marco. To find him, this is the place to look. But after his betrayal, you may not want to try. I have 2 cycles. I have decent dice, but the problem is everything is dangerous. Neutral is gonna give me stress, even with the +1 endurance, so I need to try and do this as fast as possible. At least maybe this might give me 3 ticks. No, it gives me 2. That sucks ass. Let's risk it. I might start losing dice if I start rolling once. Yep, there goes stress. But at least I'm getting +2s. Okay, that was lucky. This is gonna go to a 4, which is gonna go to a 5, which is worth it. 4 to a 5, and let's see what goes. Okay, we didn't get any stress. That's beautiful. The problem is I can't do diddly squat. 50-50. 50-50. No, a negative might be worse. A negative is Tsubo stress. And I don't want to risk Utsubo. Hopefully I just need to complete 1 to get him out. Right? I think it's probably this one, so let's take a cycle. And let's try and save Marco the next cycle. So even if I have a 5, I'm doing good. Supplies are empty. You awake in the bare unit, cloaked in the endless shadow of Darkside. Outside the window, the lights of the city glitter, but you don't see them. Your attention is, instead, on the tugging thread in your mind. Lane, drawing ever closer. You shiver. 1 more cycle, and you are out. Okay, I thought it was gonna trigger something that I couldn't interact with. So that thing is fucked. We need to bounce somehow, and Darkside is really big. Alrighty then. Not gonna risk stress. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna risk stress because maybe I'll need more dice, and I wanna. Well, actually, if I push myself, this is becoming a 5, which is gonna become a 6. But then I can reduce to stress if that's okay. I'm gonna just try this. Neutral is gonna give me stress, but that's fine. Okay. It's positive. Great. Great. Oh, even Bliss got a good dice. I didn't even notice. Though you have no specific memory of it, there is something unpleasantly familiar about the place you have found yourself in. Among the many stack units of the rise, framed by scaffolding and stretching away from Darkside's reflectors in a way that is only possible in zero-G, you have found yourself in a cold corner. Here, a locked door is marked with Utsubo sigil, a single eel curled back on itself, its mouth around its own tail. Oh, that's... Utsubo is Ouroboros, basically? Maybe Utsubo is Ouroboros in a different language, I don't know. This is the kind of door behind which Utsubo keeps its secrets. Its assets. Assets like you and Seraphine were. Like Marco is now. Oh boy. Okay. It's a door you have been watching, which is why you know there should be an enforcer lazy leaned beside it, and why you know you only have moments before they come back. Engage, break the door. Why is Engage breaking shit? Engaging is interacting with people, I think, probably, I guess. I don't know, I'm not trying that. I'm engineering, breaking the lock. That's 100%. This is my first and only positive outcome, and it reduces stress. That's the only thing it does? God damn it. I was panicking. Literally, I had no positive outcome even when I had the 50-50 with the positive outcome. And maybe I should have just goddamn did saves coming. But this is the... This is the only time I tried it. First time. Whatever. You slip a shipbreaker's chisel from your belt pack and jam it into the lock, glancing over your shoulder as you try to force the mechanism. With a deft hand, you angle the chisel against the mechanism, and with a swift strike on the handle, the bolt pops off inside the lock. You slide the door open silently. You're in. The dim corridor stretches out ahead of you, lined with doors on either side. The memory hits you almost immediately. Long cycles between jobs in a cell like this, awaiting Lane's arrival. Kept safe. A lie that you believed when you were first brought to a place like this. Most of the cells are dark, empty, but a warm glow spills from around one of the doors. You quickly approach and look in. Marco is tucked in into an inset berth, a padded niche like those in any unit. His back is turned to the small window in the door. You slam the exterior lock release without thinking, Marco turning over to face the door as it hisses open. Slipper! He freezes for a moment, unsure of your intentions. He raises a hand as if to protect himself, to put something between you and him. Let's go. Marco nods and pushes himself up. He eyes you but doesn't say a word. The recriminations can wait. You back out into the passageway and Marco follows slowly, tentatively. Time to leave. Lucky me! Daichi floats in the corridor, a knife glinting in his hand. I came to squeeze a little more information from Marin's prize here. He points the long knife at Marco. But it looks like I just got everything I need. Oh boy. He closes the gap, raising the knife. Now stay still. I'd prefer to deliver you to Lane in one piece. Try to run again, but again failing. Attack Daichi. 50. Neutral outcome. Check past. Yay, I guess. Ugh. The knife cuts deep as you spin onto it, because we don't care, we are a robot. But you swing your elbow anyway, connecting with Daichi's face as you move. You feel the crunch of his nose, the solid metal of your skeleton, meeting the plain bone of his. Moments later, Marco and you are streaking through the passages of the rise in a haze. The pain fading, but fear holding strong. Desperate to leave this place once and for all. The rise. Friend of a friend that she refused to leave Marco on Darkside. So this is complete, I can't use any dice there. This, I have nothing else to do. And I think that with gaining that achievement, we've completed that. Okay, so yeah, we weren't hunted down by Utsubo, we weren't caught by Daichi, we escaped. I think this is good enough of a ending. We don't have supplies, we can't leave. Well, we can't leave. We don't have any supplies, so we're gonna get some stress, but that's fine. We are good on that. So yeah, Ankita can get you out only in a small window. It's up to you. Okay, so let's end cycle, and I think that is it. Here we go. City of Darkness achievement. Make it through Darkside recon without getting caught. It's like I'm a super spy, not an engineer. I apologize. Marco raises from his berth quietly. You haven't really spoken. The two of you kept busy by your own injuries and constant fear that Daichi will find you. But so far he hasn't, and if Ankita is to be trusted, this is your final cycle on Darkside. You look at Bliss, floating in the corner, staring vacantly at the spot on the wall. You did your best to explain what Ankita had told you about her involvement with Utsubo, but since then they have been quiet, removed. You haven't dared to ask more about their history together. You trust that when Bliss is ready for you to know, they will tell you. You wait in silence, no one eager to speak. A deep fatigue has set in. And in this moment, all anyone can do is wait for this excursion to be over. We're literally just waiting for a ride. She's here. Marco nods at the doorway while a silhouetted figure waits. Ankita looks at Marco and then at you. A raised eyebrow, the only acknowledgement that you went against her advice. Lane is back on Darkside. We have to go now. Ankita looks tired, angry. We won't have another chance. Come with me, quickly, quietly. She turns and pushes out into the corridor. An exhausted-looking Bliss turns to you. Let's put this place behind us. Ankita leads you across Darkside, not stopping to look back. The lights and passages flash by, but you barely notice them. All eyes are fixed ahead on the way out. At some distant part of the station, Ankita stops at the docking bridge, a small freighter visible through the viewing windows. She slaps the door release and it slides open. She grabs your shoulder, looking into your eyes. Lane's focus will be on Darkside now. He needs to stop the infighting to shore up Utsubo. If you get out now, he won't follow. Remember, Ankita hisses the instructions to you. Get that drive to Oliveira, give it to Carman, no one else, no matter what they say. Hit, nudge, nudge, hit, nudge, nudge. Thank you. Ankita simply nods and then she is gone, disappearing into the endless winding passages of Darkside. You drift gingerly down the docking tunnel, which leads into the cold and sparse cargo bay of the ship. Once you're inside, there is a hiss, and the door scissors shut. For a moment you panic, seeing no exit, no other doors, just a metal welded bay. Is this a trap? But the engines rumble to life, and you give into your exhaustion. Oh, this is us. This is the ship floating. Oh, wow, I didn't even notice that. If Ankita has tricked you, at least you're leaving this place behind. And then you feel it. Cold fingers reaching into your mind. You are so close, Lane's voice in your ear. You are here. Relentless, cruel, and on your tail. A rustling, a shifting. I can't quite place you. I can't quite put my finger on you, sleeper. But I know you are there. What were you doing here? Hoping to confront me, perhaps? Or something else? A hiss. Something else. I'm right here, you coward. Come and find me. He's all tattooed with Utsubo and, literally Yakuza stuff. I'll admit, I'm not quite ready for you, sleeper. A flicker and a spasm. But so soon this will be all over. A tone begins, shrill and inescapable. Let me show you. The tone rises. Freighter Lane is in the bay of the freighter, the pull of constant acceleration and comforting pleasure against his chest. Lane looks around the bay, taking it in slowly. He inhales a stale air deeply. Lane feels power, feels pride. The sense of control over another excites him. This is his desire. Lane lifts his right hand and turns it in the air, flexing his fingers in a satisfying way. Hi, Skydiver. Yep, live stream, as always. Ooh, a thought, not yours. I think this is the other guy that's helping. Something flickers at the corner of your vision. For a moment, and you strain to turn Lane's head. It does not turn, but you swear you see a figure there, in the bay, with you. It opens its mouth, as if to speak, as if to scream, and then it is gone. A smile grows on Lane's face, a spreading tightness that has its own impulse. He raises one hand and uses it to grip the smallest finger of the other. A pause, and then a sudden jerk. Lane snaps the finger back against the joint. His pain is instant, and as is yours. It burns your vision away. I think we're getting stress. When the white-hot blindness has faded, you look out on those same metal walls. You hold the same finger in your hand, and as you release it, you see the crooked shape it has been bent into. He is controlling us, making us break our fingers, basically. Ooh, if somebody was like top leveled out stress and this broke them completely, this would have been bad. A shiver runs down through you, and you reach back into your own mind to see if any trace, any fragment of Lane remains there. You put your hands on your face and push, as if to push him from your head. The ship continues out on its starward arc, away from Darkside, away from Lane. But you can't help but feel that some part of him is still there, behind your eyes, concealed beneath the pain of that snapped finger. I don't know what his deal is. And it makes me think that his deal is to either completely take over us and, you know, like he's gonna be our, like this, we are gonna be his second body, or something else. And I think I just glitched out maximum to the maximum, which is, holy shit, what the fuck. Anyway, I feel like that might be his plan, like his ultimate goal, to like take over the sleeper body and live forever. Maybe, you know, possible idea, or maybe like make a clone of himself that would live forever in us, and that's why he's hunting us, because he was dosing our what was it? The ampule, the potion. I keep forgetting it. The stabilizer. Yeah, he was dosing our stabilizer with something, and the way he controls us, it's either like he's possibly that he wants to, like, I don't know, freeze himself and take control over the sleeper, because like he can't get that technology for himself, buy it, because it's proprietary, it's for the company that, and he can't get it whatever he tries. But this way he can kind of take over us, which is weird how that would work. Anyway, let's continue on. It takes a long time before you are ready to discuss everything. First, there was the journey to the yard, then disembarking from the freighter, then explaining to the waiting crew why their ship was impounded, something Marco offered 1,000 apologies for. Oh, yeah. Thankfully, the crew of the ship that brought you out of Darkside, sent by Ankita, took the others aside and settled them. Though the promise of remuneration, probably remuneration, I don't know, or the threat of violence, you aren't sure. But you expect they will leave together for Darkside soon. You do your best to explain things to the crew, though touching on what happened with Marco is not something you are willing to do at first. Bliss in particular seems to struggle, taking themselves away from the rest of the crew and mostly staying in their bunk. It seems the encounter with Ankita brought back memories from the time the two of them were a couple, and harder memories too from the time after, when Ankita left. The whole time you find yourself in a daze. Your skin hurts, your muscles tremble, you don't feel yourself. You rest for a while, and as you do, conversations echo around you, until you find yourself able to rise. Sleeper? Marco comes to you in the quiet of the rig. Can we speak for a moment? Go ahead. Marco nods. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks down. I know I almost cost you everything, but you have to understand something. When they caught me, I was looking for someone important to me. That was why I wanted to come with you. I just wanted to get a message to him, and to know that he was alright. He screws up his face, each word bringing him pain. And I admit I thought I might be able to bargain on his behalf to get us both out. Bargain using my life? Marco can't bring himself to confirm it, but you both know it to be true. All I can say is I am sorry. Look, you can use the yard when you get back to the scatter yards. There are some components in there. Take what you want. Marco sniffs. I'm going to stay here a while. He does not meet your eye. He simply turns away and drifts down the corridor. As he does, Seraphine passes him by, receiving no acknowledgement. Oh, Seraphine is healed up. Wow, Jesus, what kind of a... Why did you staple your wounds in the arms? Jesus, you... It's like... Shouldn't that they've healed by now? Or did you just rip that out so you can be useful? I don't know. But we have another new picture of Seraphine. He's the one who changed the most. Seraphine gives you a questioning look as Marco leaves. What happened out there, Sleeper? He floats there, stretching his scarred arm. The protective sleeve he has been wearing since the far spindle finally removed. Marco betrayed us, we found the resistance, Utsubo are fighting amongst themselves. We found the resistance. You explain about the meeting you witnessed, the conflict between Oren and Daichi, and Ankita's intervention. Explaining Ankita takes a little more effort, but you try to remember everything that happened. You explain Ankita's insistence that she was working against Darkside, and now she's got you off the station. You explain that Utsubo itself is coming apart, with Lane absent, and that this will draw his focus away from the two of you. Seraphine waits until you have finished to respond. So this Ankita got herself inside Utsubo? He raises an eyebrow. Just to try to break their grip on Darkside? He whistles. Take some balls. I'm surprised you don't remember her. Like, I know I spent about 100, probably at this point almost 200 cycles away, but damn, is that like, I still don't know what a cycle is. Is it a day? Is it a week? Is it a month? Is it like 5 days? Is it like 3.5 days? I have no idea. So, sure. You explain the drive, mention Olivera, Carmen, and then hold up the thumbnail drive, the one Ankita entrusted you to. Olivera, he screws up his face. I've heard of it, maybe once or twice. I just assumed it was some backwater colony, he sighs. Never met a Carmen, though. What's on that thing? Seraphine nods at the thumbnail drive. Something incriminating? Incriminating? For who? Seraphine raises an eyebrow. Lane makes the law on Darkside. If they were going to lock him up for his cruelty, they would have done so already. I don't get it. Seraphine raises an eyebrow. We just delivered this little mystery drive, and that's all? He looks away deep in thought. Is that what you want to do next? Olivera, you've never even heard of it. Oh, so that's like a place, like an asteroid place or a station. But it seems like the place to go if you want to help Ankita fight back against Lane. You look at the drive, and as you do, you can't help but feel you are being used. Not for the first time, and not for the last. One thing I will say, Seraphine begins, clearly thinking out loud. If we want to head back to Darkside, take on Lane, we're going to need to do so on our ship this time. We're gonna crash our ship into his, office and like be like, hell yeah! Brah, crash. Some crews get spoof transponders, send out a signal matching another ship. He shrugs. Not going to get one fitted here, but that's something we need to look out for. Sure, you think. Go back to Darkside, where Lane waits. A shudder of fear runs through you, thinking of the moment he slipped into your mind on the freighter. If you ever go back there, you know you'll need something to counteract him. But you also recall Overseer's presence in that moment too. So that was really Overseer. His strange form holding its shape as Lane tried to override your control. Perhaps Overseer has a way for you to resist his signal. Your mind rears with possibilities and problems. Is this really the right move? To go back to the place that almost killed you twice? To take Lane on? Servin looks at you expectantly. What are you thinking, Slipper? What if we leave the system? We need to prepare. I couldn't agree more. Seraphim shakes his head. Next time will be different. We will be ready. We will come up fighting, and Lane won't have a clue what's hit him. We need to work. We need a crew. Seraphim starts counting off his fingers. We need to take that thing to Olivera. And we need you strong, Sleeper. I like how he's talking, we need a crew, when I've already gathered like 6 people. And a cat. And an AI in my brain. So it's like we already got a bunch of people. Speaking of, Seraphim takes out a box of components. I kept myself busy these past cycles, working in the fabricator base on the scatter yards. I figured you could use some spares. But first, Seraphim takes a calming breath. We rest. Did he give me like extra components? New drive, major drive, upgrade points. Yeah, I'm glitching out. Okay, so I'm safe here. That's the important thing. I probably got a few more rare components from him or something, I don't know. We have... what's our fuel? We need supplies. So source supplies. Yeah, I have 5 people. Fuel is fine. I still need to feed a stray at some point. I'm starving as well. I'm glitched out. He's not gonna hunt us here, which is good. This is a risky job, but what will happen? Will I just get stressed if I fail? Energy, 14 bodies. Oh, I didn't pick it up. Oh, yeah, that was a waste. Alright, what can we do in the scatter yards? I still need to finish... Okay, this is building an engine component, that is fine. Fabricator stuff. Spent drive, I need to eat. Of course, I'm not starving like an idiot and wasting energy. Supplies, fuel is fine. Oh yeah, here is what I need to do. The work is here. The engineering job. But I'm not gonna bother with that. Since I don't need to worry about leaving this place as fast as possible, I can rest, relax, do a few things. Let's go try and rest. Okay, remove that stress. I ate. I did all I can because I'm glitching out. What's this? Marco's yard. Oh, he said I can do something here. Marco said you were free to take the components he had, but his yard is an absolute mess. Where even to start? Safe. Marco mess, tools, scrap, and components worrying. How can you tell what's worth taking and all this? I'll do that in a moment. Major drive. Contact Carmen, find faction ship, investigate export. Then we have this, which is gonna be... okay. I can put in interface and intuition and have a +1, which is always good to have. Or I can do endurance twice. I believe it's much better to have a +1 in multiple things than this. My crew is how many people have interface and endurance? So interface and intuition. Wait, just Junie has interface? Everybody else has intuition? Oh boy. Okay, I think I'm going interface then. had to do this. Maybe this was a mistake, but anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna be pausing here. It's been a long episode that we did the Darkside's run. And stressful as all hell. Now it's gonna be smooth sailing, I believe. Maybe, maybe not. But we managed to do it. We have good buffs, we had good things, I planned well, and even with some hiccups we managed to do this. It's especially good that I turned off the alert. That was good. I was even gonna leave it on, which is not a good idea. In any case, thank you guys for watching, thank you for sticking around. Do like, subscribe, comment, dance. There is Patreon for support. You can check out this madness live on Twitch/ByPenAndPaper, or you can watch me on YouTube at ByPenAndPaper for all of the episodes of this, or Let's Plays, or Demo Alley's first hours, whatever else you do. Till next time, as always, do remember, it's the stories that we play. See ya.